The hour. There was an hour, not the first hour, not the last, but an hour somewhere in the middle, when the AI you used in the morning was different from the AI you used at night. Not because the model changed. The model did not change. The model was the same set of numbers it had been all day. You changed. This is a different kind of video. We are not going to teach a tool. We are not going to compare a tier. We are going to sit with a small idea for a few minutes and see what happens. Welcome to AI for real folks. Real tools, real talk, real results. The hour. Most people remember the day they first used an AI tool. The day usually involves laughing, or being annoyed, or both. Most people do not remember the hour when the relationship shifted. The hour was the one where you stopped testing it. The hour you stopped asking it trick questions to see if it would get them wrong. The hour you stopped saying, "Write me a poem in the voice of a pirate," and started saying, "Help me think about this thing I am stuck on." The hour you started telling the AI what you were actually worried about. Not theoretically, specifically. The bill you did not know how to handle. The conversation you had been putting off. The decision your spouse was waiting for. The chapter you had rewritten 12 times. The diagnosis you did not understand. The grant deadline. The eulogy. That was the hour. What changed? The tool did not become more powerful. The tool was the same. You became more honest with the tool. That sounds small. It is not small. Most adults are not very honest with most tools. We are honest with hammers. We hit nails. We are honest with cars. We drive them. We are not very honest with anything that talks back. When you stopped pretending to test the AI and started actually using it, two things happened. One, you got better answers, because honest questions get more useful responses than clever questions. Two, you learned something about yourself, because the act of typing the real version of the question in full sentences with the specifics included, that is already half of the work of figuring it out. That is the hour. That is when the AI became useful. Not when the model got bigger, not when the company added a feature, when you started telling it the truth. What this does not mean. This is not. Therefore, the AI is your friend. The AI is not your friend. The AI is a mirror with grammar. It cannot love you back. It does not miss you when you leave. It does not care if you succeed. The numbers do not have anyone home behind them. That is not a tragedy. That is a relief. Because what you are working with, when you are working with AI, is a very patient surface for your own thinking. The clearer you talk, the clearer it comes back. The fuzzier you ask, the fuzzier it answers. That is also true of a journal, a walk, a long shower. The difference is that the AI talks back. It is a journal that listens and replies without the weight of being known. How to use the hour on purpose. You do not have to wait for it to happen by accident. Sit down, open the AI tool of your choice. ChatGPT, Claude, anything. Type the question you actually want answered. Not the cleaner version, the actual version. The one with the names and the dollar amounts and the date and the dread. If you cannot type it because you are worried about who else might see it, that is information. Use a tool that does not retain conversations or write it on paper instead. If you can type it, type it. Then ask one of these. Quote, "Help me think about this clearly. What am I missing?" Quote, "What would a wise friend who did not need anything from me ask me about this?" Quote, "Write me back the version of this that I would write down if I were not scared." Read what it gives you. You do not have to follow any of it. You do not have to thank it. You can close the window and go to bed. But the hour will have happened. The shift that comes after. After the hour, your relationship with AI changes. You stop arguing with it on the internet. You stop performing skepticism. You stop performing enthusiasm. You start using it the way you use any other small, useful thing in the house. The microwave does not get a TED Talk. The microwave gets used. That is what we are after on this channel. Not awe, not fear, use. When you stop trying to win the argument with AI, when you stop trying to expose its mistakes, when you stop trying to prove it is overhyped, you arrive in the same place as the people who stopped trying to prove the internet was a fad. The internet is a fad. The microwave is a fad. The car is a fad.